Who is that Fooster? That one. Hi folks. Well, we haven't done videos in a while. We thought you might like to take a tour of the garden. These are the Foosters. Hi Dolly. Anyway, here's Sam.
Hi folks. Well, I know we've been a bit remiss in doing our videos, but we're going to do one today. It is, what, August 6th?
August 6th.
August 6th. And now's the time of year that separates the real gardeners from the dabblers. Because the real gardeners go out and do their work. The dabblers, no, it's too hot. Plus they're going on vacation, which, you know, that's cool. That's good. But anyway, we're going to take a walk around, and I'm going to talk about this and that and show you what's going on. Now this is the garden up on the hill. We got two little gardens up here that we grow stuff, you know, that we like salad stuff. You know, in the evening you don't want to walk a quarter of a mile to get your salad stuff, so we just walk outside, and it's in the shade in the evenings, and that has good and bad things. But anyway, this right here is Marcine's strawberry patch, which I planted. Wasn't it the year we got married, or
the year after?
The year before.
So
year
2013.
After. Yeah, it was pretty close. So I didn't promise her a rose garden. I promised her a strawberry patch, and that's what she's got. And behind here, these are I call them Azbuki beans.
Let's see if I can get a little closer. I don't know that any have come out yet, but you've seen them in our previous videos.
Yeah,
They're
here's
long
one.
Chinese noodle beans.
But this thing will get about 2 foot long, and they're real long beans. They're real pretty when they flower too. These are the little flowers.
I find these good to put in the crock pot with a roast. They don't lose their shape, but they still taste good. They don't get all mushy.
Yeah, they got kind of a nutty flavor.
Yeah.
Now where the beds here are bare, we had our cool season crops like cabbage, which we did real good, collards, what else? Collards, broccoli, that kale, all that kind of stuff. And it's all gone now. Now, one of my main things about pulling weeds is, unless they're nasty weeds, they got thorns on them, they cause irritation, they stay in the garden. Unless they're going to seed, then I just kind of throw them out. But see, what they do is they mine the soil. They're taking nutrients out of the soil, and if you throw them out of the garden, you're throwing away their nutrients. These are mostly weeds. And they're going to rot and go back into the soil and give you back your nutrients. Plus, I like to keep the ground covered, because it's good. You know, it rots and it builds the soil, and also it keeps the soil from eroding, especially on hillsides. And over here, we got some of our chard. That's doing real good. We can put that with salads, or sometimes it's good like lettuce on a hamburger, but I just think it's pretty, so I like it. And we can go to the other one if you want to. The other little garden. Now this little garden needs a little attention. As you can see, I got entirely too many weeds in here, but it won't take long to clean this up. I'll just go through and take care of it. Now what we have here, we got yellow wax pole beans growing. Marcine petitioned me to grow pole beans because, well, we're getting old and we don't like to bend over too much.
True.
These are easier to pick.
I want easy picking.
So these are nice. This is a nice variety here. Obviously, I need to get in here and clean these weeds up, which won't take very long. And I'm going to put mulch, some hay along here, and give these guys a little bit of fertilizer. And that'll boost them along. Over here...
What's that back there?
Cucumbers.
Ah.
It's kind of an iffy spot for cucumbers, but I figured I'd try it. You know, because it does get shady here late in the day, but it gets good sun, you know, six hours at least. But I figured I'd try it. They're for some reason, the cucumbers have been struggling this year. Not only here, but down in the lower gardens. But you never get them everything to do right. Like last year, the cucumbers were phenomenal, and I forget what it was that didn't do as good. But you never get everything all right. You know, nothing is ever. All your crops are never always perfect.
Okay.
So get that out of your head. You ain't gonna do it unless you're just growing one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you know. So, and over here, I'll show you what we got on the other side. The deer have gnawed on these a little bit, but they're recovering. What these are a type of bean called Royal Burgundy.
Those are the ones that turn green when you cook them, right?
Yeah, see? And doesn't that make a nice
pretty.
presentation with the purple and the yellow?
Uh-huh.
But these, when you blanch them, when they get hot, they turn green.
Mm-hmm, like a green bean.
Mm-hmm. So if you blanch beans to freeze them, this is a one for you, because when it turns green, it's blanched. You know it. It's built-in indicator.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. So Marcine and I, probably me, tomorrow, because I'm
You're
not
off
working
tomorrow.
and I'll come through here and just clean these all out. I'll clean up the garden. I'll clean up pick all the beans, and give them a shot of fertilizer, and then we'll get a heck of a yield out of here. And Bruce is
looking furtively around.
looking wistfully off into the disc. Now we'll go down and we'll go look at some other stuff. I got something really cool I want to show you guys. Well, here we are down at the bottom where a lot of activity goes on. This year, Marcine and I decided to grow sweet potatoes. That's what this is. Now, one thing that sweet potatoes, deer love to eat the foliage of the sweet potatoes. What to do? You think I can afford fencing for this? No, fencing's expensive. Now I read somewhere or saw this thing where this guy made a deer fence with fishing line. So I went down to Walmart and bought 15-pound test, 500-yard spools at $1.74 a piece. I bought 4 of them, but I ain't used the first one. I ain't finished with the first one yet. Now, here's what I did. Look at that. He just came out. Look at that.
He did just come out?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was old. Look at the carcass here.
He crawled up the pole and then he came out.
Oh, that's
This is
cool.
a bonus feature.
Yeah, bonus feature.
Weird creatures in the garden.
Wow, he's huge. He's not going to sting you, is he?
No, he's drying. It's like a cicada, but it's
he's
not a
drying
cicada.
out. Let's leave him alone.
I'm going to leave him alone and get ready for flight.
Okay.
Anyway, so what you do is you go about this high off the ground. That's a foot or so, and then
the fishing wire.
Then it's a fishing line, and then up again, up again, up again, up again. And this has been up for about 6 weeks, and it works. You know, occasionally around here something actually works, and this has.
Yeah, they've left it alone.
And we're going to have a lot of sweet potatoes, Lord willing. We planted potatoes in here, sweet potatoes and Irish potatoes, because this area floods bad. Praise God we haven't had a flood this year yet. So we figured, there he goes.
Oh, he did. He flew off. Darn, I wish I would have caught it on film.
Anyway.
Huh.
Well, an enchanted moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what the theory is behind this, and I don't like to deal in theories too much. I like facts better. But the deer come out at night and they can't see this. And they bump up. They know there's something there, and they won't jump what they can't see. So, hey, I already had the T-post. We got tons of bamboo, as you can see way down there.
That's a bamboo
Total
forest.
cost.
Way down there.
Yeah.
Total cost.
Total cost of under $2 and about 2 hours of time.
Huh.
And
we got our sweet potatoes
and the
untouched.
sweet potatoes are not being bothered. Now what was here was Irish potatoes, or regular potatoes. We had red ones, red skin potatoes, red Pontiacs here. We had Kennebecks here, which are a white potato. We planted 20 pounds of seed potatoes. 10 for the red, 10 for the white. Okay? We planted them around St. Patty's Day. That's tradition. So, 20 pounds planted, over 300 pounds harvested.
That's right.
And what I've done here, you can see I've pulled back the sweet potatoes out of there. I've sprayed all this. All that's green in this patch will be dead probably by this time next week. And then it's just going to sit. I'm not going to put anything else in here till next year. And then the sweet potatoes, they'll vine, they'll cover this. They're very aggressive when they kick in. So, the potatoes were beautiful, by the way. And
yeah.
We gave away about 90 pounds at church today. People like them, and they were very happy.
We're going to see a lot of potato salads in homes, hopefully.
Yeah, we're Baptists, so that means potato salad. And so it was very enthusiastic ladies grabbing those taters. So anyway, we'll look around. I planted some cosmos over here because I like them. And they're pretty.
This is covering up where a couple of our dogs are, right?
Yeah, there's 2 dog graves here. But the veggies feed the body, but the flowers feed the soul. You got to have a little bit of flowers, just for a good thing.
They're doing well.
They are. They're beautiful, and I'll collect seed off of these for next year.
Look how pretty.
And see, the cucumbers down here are struggling. We've been getting some nice ones off it.
Yeah, we have.
But
well, not every year.
I mean, like every year something takes a hit. But I've been kind of nursing them along. But we've been getting enough to nibble on. We had cucumber and tomato salad yesterday, and Marcine made, and it was awesome. Awesome.
All right.
Marcine, what are these?
Lima beans.
Who likes lima beans?
Me.
Why do we plant lima beans?
Because I love lima beans.
Okay.
That's my favorite. These are doing great this year.
Yeah, they're doing real good.
I love some lima beans. Yeah, but the one year we had the flood, it knocked this fence over. Oh yeah, that was bad.
Yeah. What do you mean the one year? We've had floods.
Well, that one year that in particular they were doing well, and
but we still got some. The Lord still provided for us.
They're doing great.
But they're doing good. Bruce was trying to hide in the shade here, and I had to loudly discourage him. He was yesterday when I was digging potatoes.
Yeah, it's cool there. It's a nice cool spot there, Daddy.
All right, 50 feet away there's a creek. If he wants to get cool, he can see they're going down in the creek now. Hear him splash.
All right.
But that's good.
Let me shut this off till we get to the next part.
Well, we got other stuff to look at. This is tobacco. I know it's politically incorrect, but we like it. It smells good. It smells like a cigar store around it. And tobacco is susceptible to these little wieners.
Oh, yeah, he's
These
ugly.
Tobacco hornworms. They also like tomatoes.
Really?
But I don't have any on the tomatoes.
Kind of pretty, though. You're going to squish him, aren't you? Ugh.
Yeah. Well, last time I
don't want to.
Internal contents all over my son's leg.
Ew.
But anyway, after the tobaccos, we got peppers. There's all kind of peppers in here. And they're just starting to do. We got bell peppers, we got jalapenos, we got Hungarians, we got sweet cherry peppers, and I don't know, gosh, I don't even remember. I guess
we'll find out.
But I really need to stake these because they're holding up pretty good. But if we get a thunderstorm with a wind, it'll blow them over. But I'll get some bamboo and stake them.
Hi, Dolly.
Now over here we got the tomatoes. Just kind of.
I'll do a pan to the end there.
And behind them are sunflowers.
Yeah, up
they're
there.
Fixing to bloom here shortly.
Oh, those will be pretty.
They're incredible. When you got a big mass of sunflowers and they're in full bloom, they're dramatic. But we got, 43 tomato plants.
And we're still looking at tomatoes all the way down the row.
We got all kinds. They're all open pollinated.
And they're just starting to come in.
Yeah.
And it's August 6th? Yeah.
Yeah, ours are always late. But because I take care of them, these tomato plants have been heavily pruned. So you get really good quality fruit. And they're susceptible to what they call early blight. Which, if you've grown tomatoes, that means the leaves kind of fall apart from the bottom up. One of the best preventatives you can do to stop that is to not let any leaves touch the ground. Don't let any leaves touch the ground. And it's going to happen. If you're in Virginia, if you got tomatoes, you're going to have early blight. So what you got to do with that, I use a fungicide called Daconil on them after every rain. And you know what? I'll have tomatoes in October. when everybody else's are dead. You know, I don't know if you're a chemophobe or not, but you know what? Tough noogies if you are. I want to eat tomatoes.
They are good.
And we'll go down here and we'll show you Marcy's corn patch.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about with early blight. I just gave these a nice dose of fungicide today, and we're calling for a rainy day tomorrow, so I'll probably do it again later in the week. But it's a broad spectrum fungicide, readily available. You can get it at Walmart, but it works. So
there's your example.
There's your example, and this doesn't get better by itself. It just deteriorates and eats the plant alive like leprosy or something.
Huh.
But if you use your fungicide, it'll take care of it. Now this is our summer squash. And for some reason the zucchini didn't do that good this year, but I don't really care because I like yellow squash and white squash. It all tastes the same to me. If I was Stevie Wonder, I wouldn't know the difference anyway. But anyway, this is the white squash. Looks like a flying saucer.
Patty pan, is that what they call it?
Sometimes older folks call these simulins.
Simulins.
Now we got one over here. I don't know if any are ripe that are like this, but they're yellow.
Yeah, they're pretty yellow too.
Yeah, they're like a canary yellow. They're real pretty.
I don't know if we have any.
Let me look around, lover. Well, zoom in here. You can see a little one.
Oh, down in here?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I see them.
Now, squash has two kinds of flowers. These are male flowers. These are female flowers. Easy to tell. The female flowers have a little bitty squash attached to them, and the male flowers, well, they're after they pollinate, they're kind of useless. No comments, ladies. Are you still filming?
I am.
And this is Marcy sweet corn.
This
is only hybrid we grow. This is Silver Queen. Because hybrids are genetically all the same, and we want them to ripen at the same time. Because corn day is messy day.
Yeah, it is.
And we like...
and it's one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we like to pick it all at once, take care of it, process it, get it in the jars or whatever we're going to do with it.
One day.
Then be done with it. It's doing real good.
I think we did better by doing a smaller patch too, because it gets overwhelming if you don't have extra hands to help you with it.
I'm going to show you this. This is our yellow squash. It's doing real good. I need to get a bucket down here and pick. And over here we have Marcy's black beans.
Yeah, I wanted to try black beans this year.
And beyond that, we have okra. The okra's doing real good. I'll be picking okra later in the week.
The flowers on okra are just beautiful when they come out.
They're related to the hibiscus. They're in the Malvaceae family, which is the mallow family. And these are Marcy's black beans. Last week this was full of weeds. See what I mean? See, they dry up and then they feed you brown.
He's gone through here with his little triangular hoe. I guess it's, I don't know what you call it, but anyway. And
a scuffle hoe.
A scuffle hoe. And then he'll just leave them out to dry.
But these, we just bought a bag of dried beans, black beans at the grocery store, and I put them in the planter.
They're doing good.
Yeah, they got attacked by the deer pretty heavy, but you know what? That's what happened.
A lot of butterflies in there.
Yeah. And here we have a late planting of summer squash. If you're it's best to do two plantings if you're a squash fan, because squash gets borers and everything else in them, and they seem to grow themselves to death. They're extremely enthusiastic growers. And so when the first planting begins to flower, you plant your second planting, and you'll have squash till frost. On this side, we have Bloody Butcher corn, which has done outstanding this year.
Yeah, it's really...
Now, this is some tall corn.
Yeah, stand next to it, and then I can.
This is some tall
Oh, I know
corn.
you can't even see hardly.
You gotta reach up to pick it.
Yeah. Bend it over.
Yeah, we just use this for decorations.
And our farmer neighbor gets some.
Yeah, and he feeds his cows, and we get beef, and it just goes around. I just like it because it's cool. It's so red, it's almost black.
Yeah.
And what this tells me, you see the corn down there? That tells me raccoons are coming.
Or
here.
There.
What they like to do is they like to bend it over, break it up, and gnaw on the corn. It's immature right now.
Yeah.
It's like sweet corn. You can eat this like sweet corn right now if you want to. It's good.
Yeah, you can tell it's immature.
Yeah, because in not too short a time, this is going to be red. I mean, blood,
yeah,
black red. But
beautiful,
what they like to do is they like to come and pull this down and eat this, which means I need to set a trap for them and shoot them. You get fewer repeat offenders that way. Okay, what else do you want to see? You want to go see the winter squash?
Okay.
Now, this is watermelon.
This is not only any watermelon patch.
This is Deborah's watermelon patch. Deborah was a gal we went to church with, which is cool. And Deborah is from North Carolina, so she liked her some watermelon. So every year now we have Deborah's watermelon patch.
Whether she's here or not, it's still called that.
Her and her husband have moved, and it's doing real well. This is an aggressive grower. See, there's a little watermelon in here.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute.
They're all cute, aren't they,
Yes,
Marcy?
they are when they're tiny.
But this is...
It's thick with...
If you stand here too long, it'll get you.
Yeah.
I only planted 3 rows in here, and look at that. Knowing that, I left plenty of room for it to grow. And this end of this garden used to have a burn pile in it, where not anything nasty, just,
ash.
Just logs. Like dead trees and stuff. And that stuff is feeding off it. Beyond this, we have the winter squash.
Yeah, now look at it. It's going crazy.
This is some aggressive stuff here. There's pumpkins, there's butternut, there's acorn, there's blue Hubbard, there's 2 or 3 kinds of kashaws, and there's pink banana, and then we got a blue banana, and we'll just have to wait till October to figure out what's in here, because there's no way. But they're doing.
Yeah,
they're doing. You can see the little
little
guys.
They're starting.
And they grow crazy. I mean, it
kind of reminds you of lily pads, but not on the water.
Yeah, this stuff here is intense growers. I mean, they're like a flash in the pan. When they're growing fast, they're growing fast. Really fast. And, some of the squash in there will be 20 pounds or so. But we like winter squash.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we're at the blackberries now. Now, this has been almost like a magical place this year. We got maybe about a week left of these. They've been coming on strong. And you can see, we got some nice ones in there. They're a little small because they're the last ones, but they're still good. And we've had a lot of people here picking, and we probably got 200 or 300 quarts of blackberries out of these. The blessing is they're thornless, and I keep it pretty clean in here. Keep the weeds out and everything. Now, you could say, Sam, they look like they're dying. Well, yeah, they are. Because what they do, I'll show you. This right here is what grew this year.
Okay.
What do you notice about it? It's nice and green.
And no berries.
No fruit. No fruit. Next year, this will do this. It will fruit. See, there's some beautiful ones in there.
Look at that one.
Looky there. That's good eating there. Oh, yeah.
We should have brought a container because I want to make that
Yeah.
blackberry roll.
Well, that's okay. We got lots of berries.
We have frozen ones, but I was going to make it out fresh.
Now, so what's happening here when they fruit, after they're done fruiting, they die. So in the winter, usually I don't know, March, I go through here and clean out all the ones that are dead. And they're color coded. They're kind of a light brown, whereas the ones that are going to fruit in the year coming are kind of purplish brown.
Mhm.
And so, you know, it's easy to prune. You just cut them off at the base and get rid of them. But these are beautiful.
Mhm.
They're beautiful blackberries. So we've had people of all ages here. We had a guy 85 years old down here picking blackberries. You know? Fell down once, but we got him. But he was happy. He was very well motivated because he wanted cobbler, and his wife was going to make him some cobbler. So we helped him out and sent him home with enough to make plenty of cobbler. So he's happy. But anyway, they're doing real good. And the key ingredient to these, chicken poop.
Somebody asked me today how you fertilize different things.
I use chicken poop on this. After I get them pruned, I use the leaves that fall naturally, and then I poop them. I clean out the chicken house and give them a shovel or two of the poop, and off they go. This patch is over 20 years old and barren like a dickens. I mean, last year we had a huge crop, and I think this year's was bigger. Don't you think so, Marcine?
We have had so much, I can't even tell you how much.
I mean, it looked like a snowstorm
just
down
what
here
we
when they
got
were
and what
blooming.
people that came got. I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, Marcine and I came down here and we picked like almost 2.5 gallons in a half hour. I mean, it was that fast, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, we need some more pickers down here before it ends.
Yep, in about a week, 10 days, it'll be done, and then we're on to something else. But anyway, you can look around and see. The Lord has blessed us richly this year. It's been a good year. Not too wet. A little on the dry side, but not to a point where it's a problem. Actually, I like it a little on the dry side because that makes killing weeds a lot easier. Because if it's too wet, you can't get in there to work. But I can get in there and, you know, just kill them. And, you know, you cultivate in the morning. You do your weed pulling in the morning. Just leave them lay in the sun, and by dinner time they're ready to smoke. But so, I mean, they're crispy critters, and then they start rotting. Put the nutrients back in the soil. So that's what we're doing, and we thank you for watching, and we hope everything is going well with y'all, and may God bless y'all richly. Thank you so much. You got anything to add, Marcine?
That's it. Bye-bye.